Hi everyone, welcome to Health Hacks. We are Formally and we made visually impaired friendly medical forms. I'm Vivian and this is Eugene, we're the problem owners. First of all, we would like to begin by acknowledging and paying our respects to the Agara people, the traditional custodians of the land on which we are gathered today.
We would like to pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging, and acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders here today, also paying our respects to your elders, past, present, and emerging. So in terms of the problem, sorry, it's a bit blurry, might be an issue. That's better. The problem we're targeting is that current systems in healthcare, which cater for people with visual impairments, like the blurred screen we just experienced, are limited. This results in a prevailing lack of patient autonomy and ease, which discourages their attendance and compliance.
Ami developed minuscule forms. Do you understand any of this? People with certain visual impairments will interpret text similar to this. As a result, our aim is to develop medical forms for clinics and to accommodate these people, therefore increasing ease and autonomy.
So, what's the solution? Well, we would like to use a QR code or link that people can access online or at a medical practice. The code would bring patients to a website that has built-in web accessibility options that work with current vision-impaired assistance tools. This way, visual impairments ranging from farsightedness to complete blindness will all be supported. This form is then sent to the practice after the user submits it. So here are some of the options for accessibility that will be going in the demo.
So here we are scanning the QR code to bring us to the form.
And now we're going to show up the accessibility features. So we've got the dark mode as shown here. Also, we've got the reader mode, which widens the text. We've got different sizes for the text, as well as changing the font. One thing I'd like to note is there is a specific font for patients with dyslexia.
And now we'll move on to the narration section of our form.
New patient registration. Tap to use accessibility features. Section A, surname, given names, text field, given names, shift. Tap cap A, L, E, X, hide keyboard. Text field, Alex, male, checked. Page 2 of 4. Page 3 of 4. Page 4 of 4.
Hello everyone, my name is Bashar and I will be presenting the tech side of the project. We use the Ionic Angular framework for the front-end development. It's not a widely popular framework amongst developers, but it offers great tools for cross-platform mobile development. Node.js, a very popular framework, was used for the back-end side of the development. WebAIM is a non-profit organization that set the standard for web accessibility. We refer to the different levels they have provided to make our app more accessible. And now to the next slide. With the limited time we had, we were only able to complete what we showcased earlier. In the end, we want the submitted form to be sent to the clinic by email. Moving forward, we plan to use the FHIR standard, a standard targeted towards healthcare use to store and forward the user's data to their respective clinics. Finally, we would also like to thank our wonderful team and the amazing contributions they've made to this good cause. We also wish to thank the amazing sponsors whose support have made this hackathon and pitch possible. And this comes to the end of our presentation. Feel free to ask any questions. Thanks.
Hello. Hi, so I'll get started. What an amazing idea. I just wanted to ask you, Vivian, what's your plan to go into the you're going to start in terms of places to trial this amazing app?
I think it would be really good to start in maybe private practices first, just because I hear myself. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I think it would be really great to start maybe in private practice first, just because it might be easier to implement due to lower bureaucracy. And I do find that the public system tends to be quite a bit slower with implementing certain things. Also, I work in a dental practice, and I'm planning on asking them to implement what I've made and just see how it works. So yeah, and then from there, as we build our team and we refine the intricacies of the app and make it a bit more fluid, and once we get that sending of the form data into an email format that can be integrated a bit better, then yeah, I'll definitely begin that. Also, do we mind just turning on the other camera for my other account? Eugene is also in the room. He's just over there. We're Gareth.
Yep, I've got the second account turned on. I think that's why you were getting two voices before. So I turned it on initially, but then I just turned it off because you were getting double voices.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is turned on, but I don't know.
Okay, then I might have one of us mute our mics.
Yeah.
So that, okay.
It seems to be. Yeah. Can he join or Eugene? Or?
I started feeling sick about 15 minutes ago, and we're trying to social distance within my house. It's just a precautionary measure.
I have a question for the team. That's a fantastic idea, and the live demo is wonderful. And as someone who struggles giving medical details in a clinic myself, I can really see that that's a very valuable addition to any health services. I'm wondering for people who are a bit older, who might not be technologically savvy, or maybe don't bring in their mobile phone or have an older model, I'm sure a clinic would have an in-house iPad or technological variation device that has it loaded up. Would this be available to people who are not, who are visually fully able?
Oh, definitely. Our initial reasoning for making this is because there seems to be a whole pushing towards digital everything anyways, and we thought if this was a standard method of filling out forms, then it would stop the marginalization of disabled people or people with impairments within the office, because you never want to be that one person who's filling out a form differently than everybody else. So we thought, if we already made a web-based app that can be integrated pretty easily into existing systems, then it would be an effective way of beginning that move, and also make sure that everybody kind of fills it out the same way while still keeping in mind the accessibility, issues and things that we have worked on.
I absolutely agree. So definitely for people who have visual differences, that's first and foremost. And for people who go to health clinics, when they're repeating back your personal information and details so the whole waiting room can hear, it can be very confronting for people. So there's also an extra boost for confidentiality and privacy that I can see coming through this as an underlying kind of extra push for this. Yeah, very interesting. Congratulations to you, group.
Thank you.
Hey, Vivian. Love this one because it's something I've seen, especially from a lot of the other health tech apps where we are looking at patient rooms and forms, and especially with clinics and where we do need to be socially distancing. So this whole remote type waiting room. The question I do have here is, I love the FHIR integration in terms of how that's going. Can you re-articulate for me in terms of what would it take to actually put your solution in on top of an existing form? Right? So it's something that I might have with best practice or something like that, which doesn't have that. How easy could it be to actually attach it on?
So at the moment, at least from what I can see in public health clinics, they use paper so far, and patient fills it out, you scan it in, and that's all that happens to the paper. They don't do anything with it, it just stays in their file. So what we're trying to target is the actual access of the patient themselves. So we aren't really going on the end of what the reception faces or what the doctor faces. That's something that we're going to build on later. But right now it's just creating an interface that is easy for visually impaired to use. And because it uses their own phones they already have, iPads, whatever they bring, they already use these accessibility features in their own way, and they might already be used to these types of technologies. So our plan is to those accessibility features into our web app so that it's easy for them to fill it out. Additionally, with making the forms themselves and putting them into a format in which is accessible, we didn't show on the actual demo, but there is a little menu button where we're going to have a click view where you click on it and it creates a form builder where you can then, it's like tailored to be created with accessibility in mind. So it's kind of like Wix, but for forms, accessible forms. And then, yeah, effectively, once you press submit, it becomes a PDF that's attached to an email, which the practice can then choose, oh, I might print this and maybe signature it, double check all the details, or I might just send it directly to their file. Whatever they want to use, they can choose. But at the moment, what it seems to be is that people are using paper still, so integrating it wouldn't be difficult in that regard.
Fantastic. Thank you.